All right, let's dive right in. Today we're talking birds, specifically the amazing birds of New Mexico.
Birds of New Mexico.
Looks like you've been doing your homework.
Yeah,
You provided some
I
pretty
have. It's
awesome
bummer.
material to work with here.
Well, there are so many different.
And I'm really excited to
Very cool.
learn more about this. So
Yeah.
let's just jump right in,
That
see what
sounds
we can discover
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
You've got the Roadrunner highlighted in your notes.
Of course.
So should
Yeah.
we just start there?
Let's start there. It's iconic.
Yeah, the state bird of New Mexico.
Yeah.
I mean, not just a cartoon character though, right?
That's all.
Like this is a real deal bird.
The greater Roadrunner.
Right.
Real deal bird. Super fast, up to 20 miles an hour.
Wow.
Can you imagine that? In the desert.
That's incredible.
And they need that speed to catch their prey, too, Lizards, snakes. They even use obstacles like cactuses sometimes to help corner them.
Oh, wow. That's pretty smart.
It is a desert ninja.
Yeah, totally. So speaking of desert, New Mexico is an all desert, right? Like you've got some notes here on other birds, like some incredible migrations that happen through the state.
Yeah, it's a huge migratory haven. The sandhill cranes, for instance.
Oh, yeah, those are the big ones, right?
They're large.
Yeah, I was reading about those. Over 4 feet tall?
Yeah, well over 4 feet tall. Imagine thousands of them descending on the Bosque del Apache National Wildlife Refuge during their migration. It's an incredible sight.
Wow, yeah.
Really is.
What a sight to behold.
New Mexico plays such an important role in their journey, providing them a place to rest and refuel.
Yeah, absolutely. Those long migrations. It's just incredible how these birds can travel such vast distances. Speaking of incredible, you've also got some notes here about bluebirds. I've always loved bluebirds. I think they're just some of the most beautiful birds.
They are beautiful. New Mexico has two types, the western bluebird and the mountain bluebird.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And they have very distinct looks, too. The western bluebird is kind of a mix of like a deep blue and a kind of rusty orange color.
Oh, interesting.
And then the mountain bluebird is just this brilliant sky blue color. Really stunning.
Wow.
But sadly, their habitat, those high-altitude forests and meadows, they're facing some real challenges these days.
That's too bad. Yeah, I mean, their colors are so vibrant. They're such a symbol of, joy and renewal, and
Absolutely.
it would be a real shame to lose those.
It would be. So conservation is more important than ever for these little guys.
Mm.
Speaking of interesting birds, you have the common raven listed. Have you ever seen one up close?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I've always been fascinated by ravens, though.
They're everywhere, Rural areas, cities, doesn't matter.
Yeah, no. They seem so smart, right?
They are really intelligent birds, known for their problem-solving skills. They even use tools.
Wow.
And, they've adapted so well to all these urban environments that we've created. Scavenging, thriving, it's pretty remarkable.
Yeah. Talk about resilience. I've read that they hold a pretty special place in some Native American traditions, too, right?
Yeah, they're often seen as messengers in some cultures, symbolizing transformation and insight. Kind of makes sense when you think about how smart and adaptable they are.
Yeah, it does. So moving on. What about hummingbirds? Those are always so fascinating.
Hummingbirds, like tiny little helicopters.
Yeah, I know. It's incredible how they can hover and those rapid wing beats. I mean,
New Mexico has a variety of hummingbirds, like the black-chinned and the rufous.
right.
And they're drawn to the abundance of flowering plants here.
Especially in spring and summer, I bet.
Especially. Can't forget their role as pollinators, though.
Yeah, that's right.
Such tiny creatures, but they play a huge role.
They do. And speaking of huge roles, your last bird on the list here is the bald eagle.
The bald eagle, what a symbol.
Yeah, symbol of strength and freedom. I've read about the efforts to bring them back from near extinction.
Incredible conservation efforts. A real success story.
It is.
And, they're often seen near rivers and reservoirs, especially during winter.
Right.
It's a reminder of how important it is to protect those habitats, those wetlands, riparian areas, because it directly impacts these majestic birds.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, from the speedy roadrunner to the soaring bald eagle, we've covered some amazing birds today.
We have.
It's clear that New Mexico has an incredibly diverse
It really is.
bird population.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've just only scratched the surface here.
Just a glimpse. Each of these birds plays such a vital role in New Mexico's ecosystem. It's really a fascinating world to explore.
It is. This deep dive has been so interesting. It's given me a whole new appreciation for these birds. I guess one last question to leave with the listeners. If you could choose another bird, just one more, to represent New Mexico, what would it be? And why? That's something to think about. Happy birding, everyone.
Happy birding.